Charlie, not the result you would have wanted in your first league match here at Hewish Park, in charge. What do you think went wrong? Because for 60 minutes we were pretty dominant.
Yeah, I thought the first half was here and there. I think we probably had the better chances. And then second half, I actually thought we started really well, and we looked like the team was going to score. And then when you concede a goal from set piece, there was plenty of time in the game, and I think they went straight after. We decided we was going to go gung-ho, and we lost our shape. When you concede another goal like that, you're chasing the game. It was 2 poor goals that we're really disappointed with in a game where we were comfortable. And we're not going to hide away from it. That's too many poor goals in the last couple of games from places where we're in a good place. So really disappointed with the goals.
As you say, that first 15 minutes of the second half, you were putting balls into their box, you were really frustrating them, just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, and then we got frustrated when we shouldn't have. There was plenty of time to go. They were 10 men behind the ball, just waiting for something to happen, a set piece, and then it was a poor set piece, a poor foul. Didn't need to make it, and then unmarked. I have to see it. I think the boys at first thought it was offside, but even so, 1-0. We've been coming back from losing positions all the time. We're confident, and we've been looking real threat going forward. And then once they got the second, they literally just shut up shop, and you're not going to get 2 or 3 goals with that amount of time. And that's what happened. That's how the game went.
Of course, you had that medical emergency, so 12 minutes of added time. Were you disappointed at the lack of pressure you put under their goalkeeper?
Yeah, we went for it. We had more attackers on the pitch than we can imagine, and probably created less chances. So, listen, when you're trying to get the game, you got to come on and do something. The boys that come on couldn't help us, but the boys that started, we looked for the first time in a few games. It didn't look like we'd had that killer instinct in the final third, and that's the real disappointment. Because if we'd have got 1 up today, they would have had to change the way they play, and it would have been hard for them. But instead, we let them get the easy first goal, and it was a real uphill climb from there.
You had to make a couple of changes defensively. Was there just a little bit of rustiness, do you think?
Listen, we've got loads of games coming up. We've got we've got to use the players, and I thought the changes were necessary in the way they played. I knew that it weren't going to be like the other games. We're not going to get teams on the counter attack. They were going to sit off. We had to have players who maybe could unlock them, and listen, there'll be more changes for Monday. There will have to be. They're tired bodies, and that'll be that to the end of the season. And everyone who's used needs to give me everything they've got, and ready for the next game.
Does it make your team selection for Monday a little bit more difficult after that performance?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to sit down tonight and see how people are. We've got to look in, obviously, how people's bodies are. We've got a lot of youngsters, which is good, but a few of the older boys might be tired. We'll have to wait and see how they recover. But we've got we've got to get through training, and we'll see who's ready for Monday. Because whatever's happened today means nothing. We've got to look forward to the game. And I said to the boys after, they're lucky, because if you have to wait a week, it can be a horrible time. Because we were really disappointed at the result, but they've got to get ready for a game straight away. So they've got to try and leave that behind, and we'll regroup with both games come next week.
While it is the derby, it is away from home, and you've definitely been better away from home this season.
It does suit us. We are good. We're counter-attacking. We've got pace. For maybe today, trying to unlock teams, we probably weren't as successful with it. But we had the players on to do it. So that'll be the real disappointing when we look back.
And Max Hunt returned to the bench today. Will he be potentially involved on Monday? That's good news for you.
Hunt is available now, so if he's needed, I won't be scared to throw him in. Listen, we'd like to get him more minutes before we throw him in from the start, but we might not have that luxury. So if he's needed at some point, he'll be ready. Morgan Williams will be ready. Obviously, it's nice to give him a rest. He played so many games, but listen, everyone has to be ready for Monday.
And I'm guessing you don't really have to do a team talk. These players know exactly what the derby is about, and of course, bouncing back from the defeat.
Even more now after today. You've got to everyone says you're meant to treat every game like a derby, but the derby is better. So we've got to be ready for it Monday. And I told you, they're lucky that it's so close. So we haven't got to focus on what happened today, which was a real disappointing afternoon.
Thanks for your time, Charlie.
No problem.